It's a shame what's happening in America these days, the way they're gutting all the government services and dismantling, and I fear what's the future holds right now.
Doing it specifically at the Tesla dealer, what do you think is going to change? What do we think we're influencing here?
Well, boy, Elon Musk has already taken a big hit, hasn't he? And well deserved.
Yeah.
He has had no compassion for anybody that's gotten axed in this whole theatrical drama deal. And every day is a new soap opera, so it seems. So it shouldn't be this way. That's not the way democracy works.
So
they're ignoring court orders. They're ignoring our rights as American citizens, and it's just a god-awful shame. It's amazing that it's happening in our nation that's had such a rich history and supporting those ideals.
the folks that are getting disappeared off the streets and getting sent to El Salvador, how do you feel about that?
Oh, it's a shame.
Yeah.
It's they've had no due process, as it turns out, or so it seems. Most of them do not have any criminal record, and case in point is the one gentleman from Maryland who they admit that they deported by accident, and now they can't find him, and now they cannot deal with the government of El Salvador to get him returned. And as macho as the president is, he makes shit up. He lies left and right without any facts. And let's call him President Makeup. He makes stuff up and he wears makeup. How about that, macho man? We have to stand together and stand up against this tyrant. We're headed for an oligarchy, and again, that's not what the ideals of what our nation has stood for and what it was founded upon.
Seemingly well-educated people are continually believing what he says.
I'll tell you, I'm amazed at the number of friends that I have who they wouldn't be my friends if I didn't think they had good character traits, and yet they are Trump supporters as well. And for the life of me, I cannot understand it either. They're ignoring the facts.
As far as the relationship with Russia, Trump's relationship with Russia, can you explain why he's so close to Russia and does everything seemingly for Russia and against our allies?
For the life of me, I do not know. And again, we've been a supporter of democracies all over the world for how many decades, and here we are turning our back on a country that has been invaded, and a country that is trying to stand up for their own democracy, and they're getting betrayed by our government, our existing government right now. The Ukraine is getting betrayed.
And we have Trump threatening to invade and take over Greenland and Panama Canal. And so he's really kind of falls in line with the whole Putin way of seeing the world.
He really does.
Yeah.
And it's right in line with all the oligarchs across the globe. Talk about a green light to give President Xi a hall pass to invade Taiwan.
Yeah.
Same deal. I mean, it's almost like a justification there, and what's the motivation there? It's hard to understand. It's hard to comprehend what's going on there that that he is standing so firmly with Putin, and all these tariffs that were recently announced. Russia wasn't on that list, was it? Finally seeing some cracks in that Republican Party where people are standing up against him, and again, rightfully so. They're finally seeing writing on the wall, and hopefully some of those people who have supported him for all these years. Again, very intelligent. They're leaders of our country, of our democracy, and yet they're ignoring the truth, and it should not be that way.
Congressional Republicans, the House and the Senate, they've been talking some tough talk about the tariffs and how they're not right and going down the wrong path. But whenever I see a vote when it comes down to a vote, they vote in lockstep with Trump. I mean, it happens with all his cabinet picks. I mean, we got RFK Jr., who's an anti-vaxxer, anti-science person. We have Dr. Oz. We have World Federation Wrestling head that's now the head of our education department, and she talks about AI being A1. And she
A1, that is correct.
Yeah, it's crazy. There are some cracks, as you said. I mean, we hear them talking about the tariffs and not being right and everything. But when it comes down to a vote, they have no moral courage to vote against the president. Do you think there's going to be a crack there eventually? I mean, their constituents are yelling and screaming, and they won't even go to town halls. What's it going to take for these folks to stop being in lockstep with this guy?
They have to know what's going on. And I think the question I have now, which is a pretty large question for me, would be Trump is dangerous, but who is more dangerous? Those people that are intelligent, smart people that served us in politics for all this time, are they more dangerous than Trump himself? That is the question for me.
Whether they stand up or not, we don't know, will we?
We don't. They've kind of been whores all along, haven't they? You know, they're ignoring the truth. They're ignoring science. They're ignoring our history. It's shameful.
All right.
Hey, MAGA, your guy wears makeup.